Hello, we are making this video to address some of the backlash that we have received over a clip of us talking about Loony and clarify our position on him going to the Seattle Surge. Now, before we get that out of the way, I just want to clarify a couple of things that we have no affiliation to the Toronto Ultra. Our opinions are our own, and we do not represent the brand in any way, shape, or form. We were not aware of the allegations of, Ultra's behavior as an organization, nor are we defending them. We are just simply fans who enjoyed covering the team.
Yeah, and now in regards to Loony, we wanted to clarify a few points. First of all, our intention was never to come off as disrespectful towards Loony as a person. Our goal is not to lead a hate campaign or anything like that against him, so we're sorry if that came across that way. All we wanted to do is express our opinion that picking him up as a starter is risky. The clip you guys saw is 2 minutes long, and it came from a 30-minute podcast. The focal point was not about Loony and not about the Seattle Surge, hence why we didn't elaborate on it. With that being said, though, we still stand by our opinion that there is a lot of risk involved with such a pickup.
And we think that it would have been, less risky if it was in like a substitute position, for instance. But just with so much young talent trying to break into the CDL and so many established players still without a roster spot who arguably performed better over the course of the 2019-2020 season, I think that there were less risky options available. And while I do agree that Loony has a lot of potential to bounce back, especially in the CDL, with the CDL going to 4v4, and I'm not discrediting the impact that 4v4 will have, I would not count him out in that regard, completely. And I stated this at the end of the clip. With risk, obviously does come reward. But again, with so few roster slots available and so many players competing for one, I still think that there's 100% some risk involved.
And the next point is in regards to age. This honestly wasn't the main reasoning behind our opinion. It was more so in combination with the fact that he had bad performance last season. And again, there's, so much young talent and established talent out there already. While I do agree that age is, not the reason enough to go after a player, we also stand by the argument that age plays some part in players' performance, especially if it's an SMG role. There are a few studies out there that show that players' reaction time actually slows at the age of 24. And if you're in a sub position that relies heavily on quick decision making, we think it has, a big potential to impact Loony in his role. And there's some other players out there in the league that wouldn't be impacted as much, like Clayster. Obviously, again, this is not stating the age alone is a reason, but it definitely does have some impact. And we link the study if you're interested in reading it.
Finally, in regards to all the other accusations that Crimsix made against the Ultra and the organization in regards to player contracts, BRAC, etc., this has absolutely nothing to do with us. We were not aware of this information beforehand. It was not relevant to the point that we were making. I'm unsure if there was any confusion as to whether or not we played a role in this whatsoever, but if that's the case, we just want to clarify again that we have no impact over the Ultra's decisions, and nor are we defending it. At the end of the day, I think the Seattle Surge does have, their roster has some potential to pop off. I won't deny that. They obviously have a lot of talent on that roster, and there's definitely potential. But at the end of the day, again, I still stand by my opinion that there are some question marks surrounding this team, especially in the sub-duo, and especially in relation to some of the other rosters that have already been revealed. Now, with that out of the way, guys, thank you for watching. I hope that cleared up some of this stuff. If you disagree, that's okay, but this is our opinion, and you guys are welcome to formulate yours. And unfortunately for some of you out there, we are still going to cover the CDL, and we will have a new video coming up next week. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.